Alright, Shalom. Giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashem Hachodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone that rule well. Shalom to you, Akim, you pushing this word around the globe in faith and in truth and sincerity. As always, I'd like to say that we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to get Israelites that do look like the other nations because Israel has been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities. However, if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible who is named Jacob, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you may look like, because Israel has been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities. So we're going to look like all people, but if the lineage of your forefathers goes back to Abraham, Isaac and Jacob ultimately, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you may look like, because Numbers chapter 1 verse 18 tells us that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I'm going to do a quick lesson here, Lord willing. I was reading this article just before I went to sleep last night, so let's get into it. Some Sky News. It says, ex-traffic cop who claims to be reincarnation of Jesus arrested in Russia. Sergei Torop, known to his followers as Vissarion, set up the Church of the Last Testament in Krasnoyarsk region in 1991. So here you've got it. Look at this clown, man. There's so much wrong with this image, man. We'll get into it, but this guy, as you can see on the left here, is walking around claiming to be the Messiah, you know, claiming to be Jesus Christ, as they say. Jesus Christ. So it says Sergei Trot pictured meeting followers in 2009. A former traffic police officer who claims to be the reincarnation of Jesus has been arrested by Russian security forces. Prominent mystic Sergei Torop and other leaders of the Church of the Last Testament sect, which were held in a remote part of Serbia on Tuesday. They are accused of damaging their followers' health. Russia's investigative committee said in a statement that the religious group had used psychological pressure to extract money from its followers and cause serious harm to their health. It's like my hand's in the way here. Let's do this. So you got this so-called white Jesus, Caesare himself. The cult leader is a former traffic policeman. Torop, known to his followers as Vissarion, set up the Church of the Last Testament in the Krasnoyarsk region in 1991, the year of the Soviet Union breakup. The operation to detain him, as well as group leaders Vadim Redkin and Vladimir Vedeknov, involved the police as well as members of the Federal Security Service. The men could face up to 12 years in jail if found guilty by the RIA, news agency reported. I guess that's the end of the article. But we'll break this down. Look at this guy here claiming to be the Lord, the Messiah. This dude don't look nothing like the Messiah. And furthermore, the Lord's name was not Jesus. Jesus is a made-up name, stemming from the Greek Iesus, because if I'm not mistaken, the letter J wasn't invented until the late 1600s. And the reason why we know his name wasn't Iesus is because the Lord wasn't Greek, he was a Hebrew. And as a Hebrew, he had a Hebrew name, which was Yahushai, which means he saves or he delivers. So let me get some precepts. I mean, we should probably start with Revelation 1 and 7. I'm going to keep this image up on the screen while I read it for edification's sake. maybe it's a good idea that I've got my image on the screen as well, because I can make a point here. So it says the revelation of St. John Divine, Revelation 1 and the 9th. I'm going to start from Revelation 1 and 9, okay? I, John, who also am your brother and companion in the tribulation and in the kingdom of patience of Yahushua HaMashiach. You see, in English there it's written as Jesus Christ, but in the Hebrew it would be Yahushua HaMashiach. HaMashiach meaning anointed, because Christ is just another word for anointed. It says Jesus Christ, but we know it's Yahushua HaMashiach. Was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of the Most High and the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and I heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. What thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia and Ephesus, and unto Smyrna and Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia and Laodicea. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned I saw 7 golden candlesticks, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks one like unto the Son of Man. So the Son of Man is Yahushua. He appeared to the Apostle John in the island of Patmos. And it says, in the midst of 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. And it says, and his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Now here's the point, yeah? Revelation 1 and 14 says, his head and his hairs were white like wool. So first of all, if you look at this image on the screen of this Edomite here, first of all, he doesn't have woolly textured hair. So what does woolly textured hair look like? Well, if you look at my image on the screen, you'll see this. Can you see that? My hair texture is woolly. You know, it's not straight and stringy and doggy like this Edomite here on the screen. And it says his head and his hairs, meaning the hair on his head and the hair on his face. Because as an Israelite man, you're supposed to have a beard, you know? So his head and his hairs were white like wool. So first of all, this guy's hair is not white. Secondly, his hair is not woolly. Now let's just get a little bit more edification. Let's do something here. Let's look at woolly hair images. Further examples of woolly textured hair. I mean, let's look at some of this. This is women. I'd rather see images of. Well, look at that. White woolly hair. You get an image of Yahushua, the real image according to Christ, of Christ according to the Bible. See woolly textured hair. See sheep's wool. See, there's a more accurate depiction of what Yahushua would look like. You know, eyes like a flame of fire, white woolly hair and brown skin. Look at this, man. The truth's out there, man. Look at this. The true image of Jesus Christ. There you see on the right there the woolly textured hair. But we need to get into his skin color as well. So let's go back to the scriptures. I wasn't reading the scriptures off the screen. I was reading the scriptures off my app, my actual Bible, Slakia. Let's go back to the image of this dude. Right, so here we go. And it said, Revelation 1:13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks I saw one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. And his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. The reason why the Lord's eyes were as a flame of fire is, first of all, he was angry, and secondly, he used to drink a lot of wine, and that makes your eyes look kind of red. But the Lord's fury is going to be on it. You know, he's coming back angry. He's not coming back with a smiling face like this guy. Ridiculous. And And it says Revelation 1 and 15, and his feet like unto fine brass. So what colour is brass? Let's get it on the screen for edification's sake. So brass, as we can see, is a very dark colour. Again, this truth is out there, man. See this image here? Right now, it's this fine brass, as if it burnt in a furnace. Now there's a good example of brass there. So let's type in burnt brass. What colour is that? And it shows that the Christians don't know nothing, man. They don't even read these words. So there you go, burnt brass, dark colours. These ain't pale leprous. There you go, that's a prime example. As you can see, the brass regulators, it's brown there, but as it's burnt, it turns really dark colour. There, what colour is that? Burnt brass. I think you'll find it's the same colour as the type of colour I've got, possibly even darker, but it's certainly dark skin, right? Back to where we were. See, this truth is out there, man. Look at this one. I've never seen this before. What's this saying? Yeah, you see woolly hair on the left there, the Holy Bible, Daniel 7:9, Revelation 1:14, which is what I'm reading. And in the middle, you've got an X'd out face of an Edomite there. And on the right, you've got a Jake with woolly textured hair, which is white. You know? It says Christ is black. See, you got the check marks there and the X marks where the Edomite's face are. And the feet like unto fine brass. This truth's out there, man. So let's keep reading it. There's another one, actually. Let me get Revelation 1 and 18. And I'm going to pull this up on the screen. 1. Because the fact of the matter is the Bible's very specific in the information it records. And there is nothing that is superfluous or unnecessary in the Bible. And if the Bible mentions something more than once, you better take heed to it, because it means the Most High is emphasizing a certain point. Prime example is, how many times did the Most High tell us that we're supposed to teach our children of the Passover, and it's supposed to be a perpetual statute throughout all of our generations? Multiple times in the scriptures, the Most High said that. Why did he say that? Just because he wanted to be repetitive? No. He wanted that to be a perpetual statute so that we would remember who we were. And it's when we stopped keeping those customs, we forgot our heritage, which was prophesied to happen anyway. But it shows that we weren't being obedient to the Most High, which is why all of these curses have overtaken and surpassed us. You know, we couldn't keep the word that he told us to, which is, if we could have kept the word perfectly from the start, none of this would have ever happened. But this is the will of the Most High, that it would play out this way. So Revelation chapter 1 verse 18 reads, the words of Yahushua, as you can see they're in red here. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and death. Is that 1 and 18 I wanted? Salakia, 2 and 18. It says, and unto the angel of the church of Thyatira write, these things say the Son of the Most High, who have eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet like fine brass. So if his feet were like fine brass in colour, what colour was the rest of his body? Because the Most High Son didn't have leprosy, which is what you Edomites have. Leprosy is the curse of having pale skin and no melanin. And when your asses go out in the sun, you get cooked. You get dry roasted when you try and go in the sun, man. Who's this character here, man? This is some fake ass false Messiah character, man. Cesare Borgia looking fool, man. And these people are so simple that they'll follow this shit. So let me get some precepts, man. I'm gonna jump to the book of Sirach. What we got? 5 and 15. I'm just keeping this image on the screen so I can make these points, man. I'm going to read from my physical sword, physical scriptures. Sirach 5:15 says, "Be not ignorant in anything, a great matter or small." Let me read that again. Sirach 5:15. "Be not ignorant of anything in a matter." Let me start again. "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small." So for you Christians out there who don't read your Bibles, you're ignorant of this matter because you're not believing in the image of Yahushua that is recorded in the scriptures, and we're supposed to believe on the Most High as the scriptures say. You know, I'm going to get another one. Revelation 1:3, I believe, says, "Blessed is he that readeth," which again shows you Christians don't read just the book that you claim to believe in so much. Revelation chapter 1 and Revelation 1:3, it says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." So it says, "Blessed is he that readeth," and if you actually read your Bible, you know what the real Israelites are supposed to look like, and who the real Edomites are supposed to look like. Let me get John chapter 7 verse 38. This is the book of John chapter 7 and verse 38. And it says, "He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." You know, so you've got to believe on the Lord as the scriptures say. And the scriptures give a clear definition of what the Lord looked like and who he came from, because Yahushua was of the seed of King David. Yeah? And King David's son was King Solomon, was it not? Now, for those of you who can receive it in the spirit, King Solomon was Yahushua in a previous incarnation. And what did King Solomon say he looked like? If we go to the Song of Solomon 1 and 5. Song of Solomon chapter 1 verse 5. "I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon." So when he said he's black, I think the word in the Hebrew should be Kedar, which means dark-skinned. Yeah? If I'm not mistaken, Slaki if I've misquoted that word. Let's get it in the blue letter if we can. Just to check to be sure, I don't want to misquote something. Song of Solomon 1:5. Shako. Okay, so it's a Shako there. Of Kedar. Yeah, Kedar dark. As the tents of Kedar dark. So that's Strong's H6938 as the tents of Kedar, which means dark.
Strong's H6938. Kedar.
Yeah, so I wasn't going off on that one. Yeah, so let's keep reading. "Look not upon," let's get Songs of Solomon 1 and 6. "Look upon me because I'm black." I see your wife. Okay. Right, yeah, let me keep reading. Song of Solomon's 1 and 6. "Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard I kept not. Now it says the sun hath looked upon him, so he had dark skin. Yeah? When you leprous devils go out in the sun, what happens to your ass is you get cooked, man. The sun cooks your ass up. You can't survive in the sun. Let me get Jeremiah 14:2. I believe that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. So this tells you what colour the Jews are. You know, the so-called Jews, which is the tribe of Judah, which is the head tribe of the nation of Israel, because you had like Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which were the southern kingdom, and then you had like Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Simeon, Zebulon, Asher, Issachar, the northern kingdom tribes, which are the Latin tribes, or the more Latin looking tribes. Simeon, you got some, they look kind of like a Simeonite usually. Well, I've seen Simeons from the Dominican Republic that look like myself, obviously, but you know, you're going to get some variations, but generally speaking, that's kind of how it goes. Now we're looking at Jeremiah 14:2. They are black. There we go. There's that word again. Kedar. H. Strong's H 6937.
Strong's H 6937. Kader. Kader.
We go into it. It says Kader or Kadar. To mourn, be dark, be dark. See? So Judah mourneth near dark unto the ground, yeah? What is it? Lamentations 4:8 maybe? Let me just get it in the sword. If the Christians read their Bibles, they would know these things. The book of Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 8. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So let's get it on the screen. Go back to my other Bible app. Cut you damn devils down to the ground, man. And people believing in this shit. Shows how little they know. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 8 says, this is talking about the so-called Jews, yeah? Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets, which is another prophecy for us. We're not known in the streets. Nobody's looking at us and saying, hey, you know what, you guys out there, you're the sons of the Most High. You're the sons of the living power. You're the sons of Israel. Nobody's saying that to us. They're calling us blacks, Hispanics, Negroes, niggers, you know, West Indians, Africans, Americans, African Americans, colored people. You know, what was the other one? You know, calling people Puerto Ricans, Argentinians, Mexicans, Dominicans, Haitians. All these are bywords. They're not our true biblical names. So let's read it. Lamentations 4 and 8. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered and is become like a stick. You know? Let's get some other precepts. What we've got? John 30. No, I've already read that. John 4:24. I'm going to put this guy back up on the screen just to piss people off, man. And to rub salt in Esau's wounds. So we're going to John 4:24 I said. John. This is the book of John chapter 4 and verse 24. It's like, yeah. The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So if you want to follow the Most High and you want to get into these scriptures, first and foremost, you've got to be an Israelite. Secondly, chances are you have to be of the hopeful elect, and the 1/3 to even understand this. Thirdly, if you're going to worship the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth, just as John chapter 4 verse 24 states. So what are these people here doing? Are they worshipping in spirit and in truth? No. They're believing in lies and doctrines of devils, because Esau put this fake image of the Most High and the Most High's Son up so that he could hide the identity of the true Israelites. Now we're waking up, and as prophesied in the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, and in Revelation chapter 11, the prophets of the Most High are waking up, and we're standing on our feet, just like Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, and we're standing in great boldness, declaring this truth against the faces of those that have afflicted us and tried to hide us, try to hide who we are and our heritage and our birthright from us, to stop us from waking up. So I'm going to get 1 John chapter 5 and verse 10. I'm going to go in on this, man, because I've got a lot of precepts here. I'm going to pull them out, Lord willing, through the Spirit. I was going to do this as a short lesson, but I'm kind of fired up now, man. So let's keep rocking with this. 1 John 5 and 10. And this reads, He that believeth on the Son of the Most High hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not the Most High hath made him a liar, because he believeth not on the record that the Most High gave of his Son. That's beautiful. Let's read this again, man. John 5 and 10. Sorry, it's like 1 John 5 and 10. It says, now let me go up from 9, man. 9 is good. It says, if we receive the witness of men, the witness of the Most High is greater. For this is the witness of the Most High, which ye have testified of his Son. It says, he that believeth on the Son of the Most High hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not the Most High hath made him a liar, because he believeth not on the record that the Most High gave of his Son. So you Christians are going all kinds of off, man. All kinds of off. 1 John 1:21. No? Maybe it's 2 John 1 and 21. Or is it John 21? Yeah, it's got to be John 1:21. Let's get this. It's like I must have written down that precept incorrectly. John 1:21. No, that's not what I want. It's lucky I must have written down that precept incorrectly. So let's get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11 if that's the one I want. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 11 reads, And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, and that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So all these people have been sent, all you people you see on the screen have been sent a strong delusion. And all you people up in the Christian and the Catholic Church and all this shit, you've been sent strong delusion by the Most High, that you might be damned. Because it says again, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11, Slakia. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they might all be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Matthew chapter 24 verses 4 and 5. This book of Matthew chapter 24 verses 4 and 5. It says, And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. So, what are you Christians doing? Are you taking heed that you be not deceived? I guess not. You know? You're being deceived, man. You're being duped. This isn't the only Christ character who's tried to come on the scene. There have been so many, and other false prophets, you know? And you're always getting duped into them. I mean, even if you're going to these flipping Jake churches, you're being deceived by false preachers and pastors in those churches every week. and you have the so-called black woman going up in there, you know, praise Jesus, amen, I plead the blood of Jesus and all this bullshit, man. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't even know what it is you worship. Makes me angry thinking about this stuff, man. And it should, rightfully so, man, because these people have hijacked and tried to steal our identity and to try to hide who we are, you know, having us think that we're just simply no hope, no future, you know, wetbacks, spicks and niggers and all this kind of shit. You know, no hopers, no prospects, that we're just thugs and criminals, and we don't even have, you know, we're only 3/5 of a man and all this kind of shit. Esau, you got to pay, man. You got to pay. And you will, with your blood. When the Lord comes, Isaiah chapter 66 verse 15, you know, the Most High is going to come with anger to render his fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. You're through, man. Can't hide this truth anymore. There's a saying, in it. I don't know if this saying is very popular, but I heard it recently, and it's like, there's 3 things that cannot be hid: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And that's very true. You know, you can't hide the truth, Esau, and the truth's coming out and it's exposing your ass for the lying devil that you are and have always been, and for the wickedness of your society and all the evils they've perpetrated on the earth. It's all coming out now, man. The chickens are coming home to roost. So, where was we? Micah chapter 2 verses 1 through 3. There we go. It's the book of Micah chapter 2 verses 1 through 3. Is that what I want? Yeah. It says, "Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even his heritage. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil." Yeah, so that's against you Edomites, man, because you tried to oppress a man and his heritage. You tried to steal our history from us, man. Fucking talk about Black History Month, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I wonder what Revelation 12:15's got. I'm going to pull that one up. It's lucky. I'm going to find some more precepts here. Bear with me a second. I might have made the point, you know. I don't know if I need to pull everything. But I've got a few more. Let me get into some of these. I'm going to pull 2 Corinthians 11:4. Because all these people want to believe in these false doctrines. They don't want to come and hear the truth. When the truth's brought out, they don't want to hear it. They want to keep believing in lies and fables and bullshit. They don't want to come back to the knowledge, wisdom and understanding that is within these scriptures, which a lot of you Christians so-called came to believe in. You walk around with a Bible under your armpit every Sunday, but do you ever read that shit? Or is it just sitting there gathering dust? 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 4. "For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushai, whom we have not preached, or if you receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might bear well with him. You know? We're not supposed to believe in another gospel and another doctrine. I'm going to get 2 John 1, 9 and 10. But these people, they want to hear people prophesy smooth things. Yeah, you know, give a tithe and you'll get a new car, or you get a new wife, and all this kind of carnal, worldly shit. 2 John 1, 9 and 10. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Hamashiach hath not the Most High. He that abideth in the doctrine of Hamashiach, he hath both the Father and the Son. If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. Are these people listening to that scripture? Let me read this again, man. Second epistle of John 1, verses 9 and 10. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Hamashiach hath not the Most High. He that abideth in the doctrine of Hamashiach, he hath both the Father and the Son. If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. So what are these people doing, man? They're giving this guy all kinds of love. And what is love? 1 John 5 and 3. Let me get that. 1 John 5 and 3 states that, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Now, what was one of the 10 commandments? You're not supposed to worship any idols. So these people here, they're committing idolatry by worshipping a false image which you wasn't supposed to worship. We're supposed to worship the Most High and his Son. And this isn't the Most High, and this is not his Son. This is just some fucking Edomite looking dude, you know, walking around as the false Messiah. What else is love? 2 John 1 and 6. Let me get that. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, that ye should walk in it. So these guys are being idolatrous. I don't even know if there are any Israelites up in that place, because it looks like a hell of a lot of Edomites giving this guy praise. But I'm sure there's probably going to be Jakes who are following after foolishness like this, especially you Northern Kingdom tribes who love Caesarea. You know, this Edomized image, false image of the Messiah. You know, a lot of you Northern Kingdom tribes are caught up in that Catholicism shit, man. And that's a heavy demon, man, to be caught up in that. Just like it is to a heavy demon to have that Christian spirit or that Muslim spirit. These are all strongholds, man, which have infiltrated the minds of our people. You know, because they haven't come back to the pure and simple understanding of the Holy Scriptures. But it's because the Most High gave them over to, seducing spirits and deception. He put a spirit of sleep upon them, spirit of slumber. So let's get 1 Timothy 4 and 16. Oh, let me get 1 Timothy 4 and 1 is a good one, actually. Let me get this one. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. This is 1 Timothy 4:16, which reads, Take heed unto thyself, and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. You know, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the people who are listening to it, that it might, you know, save them by taking heed to the doctrine, which is what the true doctrine, which is being primarily brought out by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the men under them who follow that same doctrine. is the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verses 13 and 14. It says, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of fullness of Hamashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive, but speaking the truth in love, may grow up in him in all things, which is the head, even Hamashiach. You know? Let me read verse 14 again, because that's where the key point is. It says, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. So by knowing this truth, we're able to circumnavigate these false doctrines and avoid this nonsense, man. What else we've got? Galatians chapter 1, verses 6 and 8. I think this would be the last one. Then I might jump back to Revelation for edification's sake. We're looking for what? Galatians. There we go. Book of Galatians chapter 1, verses 6 through 8. So this is Galatians 1, 6 through 8. And it says, oh, this is beautiful. It says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so I say now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that you have received, let him be accursed. Let me read this again, because this is powerful, man. This is the book of Galatians 1 and 8. Let me read from 7 though, because it's not. No. Let me read from 6, because this is good, man. This is Galatians 1 and 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Hamashiach unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Hamashiach. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so I say now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that you have received, let him be accursed. Now let me jump back to Revelation to close this up. Get back to the point. Revelation chapter 1 verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Revelation 1 and 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. Reason why he was wearing a golden girdle is because Yahweh himself is a man of war, and Yahushua is the image of his father, so he too is a man of war. And a golden girdle is something that you would wear, to protect yourself in combat. So let's keep going. It said, Revelation 1:14, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, woolly textured hair. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters. Now I'm going to jump to verse 18. Revelation 1:18 repeats this. It says, and unto the angel of the church of Thyatira write, these things saith the Son of the Most High, who hath his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass. So with that, I'm going to close this lesson out. Lord willing, it's been edifying. And now you'll know. For those of you who don't know, now you know. This guy on the screen on the right here, claiming to walk around saying he's Jesus and all this kind of shit. This is just some Edomite in a flipping dress, man. Looking like a goddamn hippie. From the 70s or something, man. Effeminate as all hell. This is the thing, man. Even though Esau's got a beard on his face, he still looks effeminate as hell. And why the hell is his doggy, stringy hair long like this? Because the scriptures state that, don't you know that it's a shame for a man to have long hair? Furthermore proving that, it's like I'm roughly paraphrasing that one, but furthermore proving that our Lord didn't look like this, man. This is a false Messiah. This is an idol. This is a false image. So with that, giving all praise and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaChodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and shalom to all Akim pushing this word around the globe in faith and in truth and sincerity. And, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Abol Babol, Wa Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.